Hello, this is David at My Time to Retire, and I'm back with another portfolio update. February started out very well. The first couple weeks, the markets did very well. I actually recorded about 2 weeks ago in mid-February what the imbalance of my investments were, and I was quite pleased. What I have recorded here is the balance in this colored column of the investments as of March 1st. So recording what happened for the month of February. Again, quickly summarizing, I have non-retirement accounts, I have pre-tax accounts, which are traditional IRAs mostly, and then we have Roth IRAs here, and of course the kids' 529 accounts. In this column here, we have balances as of March 1st. Green means that it has gone up. Red means it is a loss. And as you can see, there's quite a few losses. Some green as well, considering how the markets have done the last couple of weeks, but the losses are far more greater than the gains for the month. In fact, I'll just quickly scroll down here to the bottom. You can see that we finished the month with 2.9 million. I had recorded 2 weeks ago, middle of the month, and we had broken $3 million. Just $3,031,000. And then just within those last 2 weeks, the market pulled back, brought us back down to about $2.9. I was happy to record the first time ever crossing over that $3 million mark. In fact, even after this was recorded, next couple of days, it continued to go up even higher than this amount. But as I'll go over and you'll see, we had some significant pullbacks in some of the more volatile stocks, more of the risky investments that I have in this portfolio. So let's start kind of at the top here. Still a lot in cash. I had sold a health science fund that I had in my account here. That account actually performed a little bit for the month. At least it didn't decline like many of the other investments. But nonetheless, I had sold it this month. And that accounts for some of the added money in the money market area here of these accounts. Mutual funds, mostly down. The financial services and the health science narrowly gaining, really not much at all. But as you can see, everything else, the technology significantly down here just in 2 weeks. We're talking $6,000 loss here. Global technology again, another $6,000 loss here, probably, that's easily 6%. And a couple other investments also declining, as you can see. Individual stocks here, some significant drops. And I'll kind of go over some of these stocks, just kind of scrolling down. Amazon, it's a large holding, down just a little bit. Apple really didn't do bad considering how the other investments have done. Kava, this was investment just 2 weeks ago, was valued about $72,000. Earnings did not hold up to expectations. Significant drop. Will that continue to go down? Not so certain. I have a fairly low cost basis in Kava, and I will be holding. I had added a little bit more just about a month ago, so one of the tranches that I'm invested in is negative, but the majority of my investments there are up considerably. Here's some of the Kava investments, some of the tranches. As you can see, an investment here of $3,000 is up about 215%. A little bit later, invested another almost $5,000 is up 50%. Another tranche here in Kava, a $3,000 investment, 150% almost. Another tranche here in another account, almost $3,000, up about 124%. And as you can see in this tranche here, $6,000 investment, up about 122%. But then, just in December 23rd, about $7,000 invested, and that is down over 18% now. As you see, the sharp decline that we've had recently in Kava. But overall, doing very well in Kava. It can continue to slide here in the short term. I am holding for the long term. I see in the next few years, this will do well. I don't want to compare this to Chipotle, but it is growing very fast. I think the costs to produce what they produce isn't as efficient as Chipotle, but they are equally as good and certainly are going to continue to grow. So that big decline of 72 down to 52, we'll see where that shakes out and if it can grow or if it's going to stagnate here for a little while as the growth hopefully will catch up to the valuation and surpass. Another investment to point out here, CoStar. This is a new holding. Matterport was a stock that I had, which I've certainly lost money in. It was purchased by this company. I was paid 50% in shares of the new company and then liquidated the other 50% that I had. A couple positive signs here. This DBSDY has been doing quite well and has been growing up. Also, Welltower. This is a fund that I've been in for quite some time, up well over 100%. It's a good dividend payer. Meta, down sharply, more than 10% just in 2 weeks. Hims. This one has been very volatile. This was at 62. I think even a day after I had recorded this, it shot up over 70 some thousand, dropped sharply based on maybe restrictions on what they can sell. That is now holding around 46. It might even be even a little bit lower going forward. My cost basis is pretty low. As you can see here, this is the Hims investment. I've got 3 tranches, all bought really within a very short period of time, about a month and a half. The first one, you can see I'm up at 193%. It fell, $15.37 was the share price, went down to $12.79. I bought $4,000 more. It continued to decline. I bought another almost $5,000. So you can see my cost basis is fairly low, and this is something that I'm going to hold. I'm optimistic about this company. It's going to get lots of competition, but hopefully the future is going to be bright for this company. Netflix was about 137 2 weeks ago, dropped to 127. Big decline, but this one has certainly done much better than I thought it was going to do here recently in the last few months. I had actually sold a big chunk of my investment in Netflix, and it's continued to go up since then. Realty Income, I think I added to this position, which kind of shows some of that gain, even though it has done well. Ozark Bank, again, I added to this position. Palantir, big drop, 26,000 down to 18,000. Quite a significant drop in the last 2 weeks. You can see my tranches purchases here for Palantir way back in 2021. I purchased, put about $3,000 in, was at $26 a share. A couple months later, it had dropped down to $18.40. I had bought more. So that second tranche is up over 360%. I'm going to hold. I've held this stock for 3 years with lackluster returns, even being negative for quite a while. It has shot up recently. Very volatile. You can see I've held for a few years, and I will continue to hold. Another company that's dropped significantly is Block. It's now under ticker XYZ. This has gone down over $2,000 here just in the last 2 weeks. I've been in there since the end of 2023, put in about $5,500. I'm up almost 47%. This is a stock that I'm going to hold for a little while. I think it's going to continue to be volatile, but I'm bullish on the financials. But again, I really don't know how this is going to do. I've been in for a couple of years, and I will be holding for longer. Salesforce had a significant decline here. This is a stock that I've been in for a little while as well. You can see my initial investment here of $5,200 over 4 years ago. Only a return of 14.5%. Not a good investment considering how long this money has been invested in this stock. Another stock I like to point out is JD. It actually was up for the month just a little bit here. Over $15,000 held in JD.com. I'm kind of surprised at how this is done. I was ready to sell this with the political tensions going on with China. This one has certainly performed in just the last few months. Basically, I've held this stock for just about a year, and I'm up over 80% in this investment. I think I will try to hold this for a little bit and see how this is going to perform. And taking a good look here again, just in 2 weeks, the market has pulled back. My portfolio has declined about $125,000. This has happened before. It's going to happen again. Volatility, especially in a lot of the investments that I am in, is very high. The growth has been outstanding for the last decade or more. And in order to get that outsized growth, I've felt that I've had to invest in some of these volatile companies. And in the short term, I'm still going to be investing in these tech stocks, more high-risk stocks, as I try to get to my goal of a $3.3 million portfolio within the next year. I'm confident it's quite possible. 2 weeks ago, I was more confident. These kinds of changes I've gotten very accustomed to over the years of investing in the stock market. I really don't know what the market's going to do. I'm not offering financial advice. I'm just kind of displaying my experience, my portfolio. Another one you can point out here, Tesla. It was up to $31,000. It's dropped down to $25,000. This could easily decline further. I still have a decent cost basis on this one, and I'm not so concerned. I think long term, Tesla's a solid company. The technology that it produces is cutting edge. My goal to retire in a year is still quite possible. I'm going to keep tracking this portfolio, keep displaying the progress and the setbacks, and I'm certainly open to your interpretation here and your thoughts of what I have accomplished, and I know I'm still not quite where I need to be. I have a lot more cash to deploy, and I will be sending this money here into more stocks, more investments. I will probably start to rotate some of these funds into dividend paying stocks as I try to look and gear my portfolio for an early retirement, one where it's going to provide dividends, hopefully about a 4% dividends per year in which to live off of. And then I like to get, an additional 5%, growth on top of that. But again, this is just my experience. This is not financial advice. I've really enjoyed kind of sharing ideas, looking at other people's investments, and I'm willing to share mine. And as you can see, this month, not a very good performance. But stick to it. Hopefully next month, we'll have a much better stock market. Please follow along, like and subscribe, and feel free to comment. Thank you.